And in my opinion, it kind of proved that I don't know if Kenya could carry the show on her own as the supposed star.
I disagree.
Well, we have made it to our final video on season 8 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it's kind of to talk about, I'm going to cause a little controversy between us probably, the stars of the show. Kenya comes into the season without NeNe. And her storyline is boring as hell.
What was her storyline? Her mom?
Her mama and her father's relationship. And, you know, after the big drama in Lake Lanier and in Miami, the season hit a lull. We had a stretch of episodes that were pretty boring. And there was one episode, and you can attest to this, where I surprised myself and I was like, you know what? I miss NeNe. And in that episode, the preview is NeNe's returning.
Hey, there they are. Hello.
Hey, hey there. Okay.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No. She's back. I don't know what the heck is going on. Last time I talked to NeNe, I think I mentioned Cynthia, and she was like, oh, yeah, whatever, right? And now all of a sudden, y'all besties again.
I didn't know NeNe was returning this season. I thought she was going to be gone the whole season. But I was very happy. Shockingly, if anybody's seen any videos that we've done on the other seasons, I've talked some shit about NeNe a lot. NeNe is a great antagonist, and I do think she's needed on the show. So I was happy to see NeNe come back. And in my opinion, it kind of proved that I don't know if Kenya could carry the show on her own as the supposed star.
I disagree.
I knew you were going to. Why do you disagree?
Well, I feel like the things that entertain you aren't the same things that entertain me. Because, like, I feel like out of this show, it seems like you want there to just be constant turmoil and fighting and drama.
Not necessarily.
Well, then what do you want?
I think to me, NeNe more naturally brings things out of people. Whereas we've discussed in the past
Like
video.
what?
Like whether it's a relationship falling apart with Cynthia because of NeNe mostly.
Okay.
Or NeNe is a more natural antagonist than Kenya. Whereas Kenya tries too hard to be.
I feel like Kenya had a really nice storyline with her family. I actually really enjoyed that storyline. And I think that it adds a much needed layer of context to like why Kenya is so fucking devious. Because she just like truly needs a mother's love. And like that sounds so mean, and I'm not even trying to be hurtful in saying that, but like I appreciate those side stories with Kenya because I think that they humanize her and they show us why she's Kenya. And I think that to see everything she's accomplished kind of in spite of, I think is great, and I like it.
I'm not taking that away from Kenya.
And I'm entertained by it.
But I'm not entertained by it. It's a problem.
I think that knocking on your mom's door and basically hearing your mama say, don't open that door is cold. I was thoroughly entertained.
No, I guess the problem is more so we've heard about this mama drama from Kenya since she's been on the show. We're now...
Well, yeah, but it's escalated.
4 seasons of it.
It's escalated and evolved, though. Like, I think we're just seeing the storyline progress in that aspect of her life. And I don't think that that's... Like, why is that so bad? I mean, shit is better than Mama Joyce. If I gotta pick mamas, I'm gonna pick the absentee one.
I will pick Mama Joyce.
Oh, you lost your mind. Absolutely not. No.
I mean, not that I like her, but I'd rather watch her.
Because you like turmoil.
I do.
Chaos.
I guess I like turmoil and chaos.
Yeah.
Another thing with Kenya is we've talked about it a lot that she shouldn't have trouble finding a man. Well, she found a man with a big ass Magic Johnson head, but what's his name?
Matt.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Yeah, this is my friend Marlo.
How you doing,
Nice to
Marlo?
meet you. I first met Matt in the gym, and I thought he was really cute. Matt is a trainer. We had a few flirtatious encounters, but with Matt, there is a significant age difference. A lot of years.
What you guys working on? Playing catch? You over here showing her some booty exercises?
She doesn't need any booty exercises, clearly.
I'm trying to slim down.
You with the right one. That's the workout queen right here.
I don't know what to
The
think of him.
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, he's a bit much.
A bit much how?
I don't know. I just feel like around the guys, he's really like
Hyper aggressive. Or hyper masculine.
I guess more hyper masculine. Like I don't find him aggressive,
son.
but I find him like
Insecure.
maybe that's what it is. But there's something about him that's like, okay, it's too much.
Yeah. Like Mr. Tough Guy type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, because all the other guys, they're like a lot more. I mean, I do think his response to Peter was valid because Peter was like trying to sun him for sure. But like, yeah, the guys are a lot more relaxed and casual because like even fucking Oliver, he didn't have those issues. Like Oliver was chilling. What's his face? Walter. I mean, Walter was older than Matt, but like, you know, a lot of the guys on this show can kind of be inducted into the male clique pretty readily. You know, you just kind of got to shut the fuck up and like to drink. And
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be. able to do
yeah,
that.
no, I'm agreeing. Yeah, so it's really hard for me to give commentary on Matt, knowing where this season's gonna head. But listen, I am not saying that Kenya picks good men. I'm saying that like the women always act like Kenya has to buy a man. And I don't think like Kenya has options. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that she has good options. I'm not saying that she picks the best options. And I'm not saying that she is able to keep a good option. But like, I just don't like the whole rhetoric that she has to have hired, you know, sex workers. Like, come on, she's beautiful, she's accomplished, and she can have her pick of men. Can she keep her pick of men? That remains to be seen. But like, that's all I'm saying about her. I do think it is telling that the pretty much one of the only serious relationships we've seen since Walter is now with this like young personal trainer guy. His timeline's not adding up because if he's 28, he's a personal trainer for 5 years, and then he was in the military for something about them timelines don't make sense. He lying somewhere, is given dishonorable discharge. That's another thing too. If he was in the military, he's probably fucking crazy and unwell. But it is telling that
Let's
like
not go after the military.
as someone with extensive family in the military, and depending on the branch, he's probably a little crazy, a little cuckoo. But I guess what I'm saying is like, it's interesting that Kenya chose to go for him because like, not that she's like this money hungry, gold digging ass bitch, but it's like, you know, I would probably want to, if I was a woman of a super high caliber, not super high, but like, you know, a higher caliber, I'd probably want a man that had his shit together and was successful and could match or exceed what I have. So the fact that she's going for somebody a little younger, not as established or secure, I think speaks to maybe her need to want to have a one-up on her man. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't want to talk too much about it because I know where the relationship's heading. But yeah, I agree. Kenya crazy as hell and probably can't keep a man. That's probably true.
Well, to circle back to the star of the show, NeNe, the big surprise is that she returned in Jamaica, right? I don't know if it's a Peter surprise or a Cynthia surprise or both. Not even Phaedra or Portia knew, who were her big friends last season, allegedly.
Really? I haven't heard one iota about Cynthia communicating with NeNe again. I want to see how that relationship plays out with respect to me.
How are you? To meet you, girl.
This is my husband, Christopher.
Seeing Bob was a shocker. I was like, okay, what damn? Surprise indeed.
It has been years since I've seen NeNe and Greg. Well, I did see him one time at a funeral. Greg spoke to me, and I think NeNe checked him.
I'm about to ask you right now.
Baskin Robbins, Scoop.
What are you doing?
Right, like co-parenting.
They're co-parenting here in Jamaica alone with no kids.
I never thought I would ever sit down with Sheree ever.
I just talked to you, NeNe, and you did not say anything about coming up here. Not anything. You kept this a major secret.
I wanted to surprise you guys, you and Phaedra.
Well, you did. How did this all happen?
But I guess the main story here is that this is when Cynthia says that she's still getting to know Kenya, because her and NeNe are back on good terms now. So she's just still getting to know Kenya.
Nah, because it's up the commercial.
Oh, no, don't put that on me because, see,
No, that's
you
what
don't
I'm
have
trying
your
to get to
facts
the bottom of
straight.
it. So tell me what exactly happened.
I've already discussed it. I actually would rather take a spoon off the table and gouge my eyes out one at a time and talk about this another minute.
Is that deep?
Yeah, it's that deep.
Wow.
Does anyone have a spoon?
I would like to just take one of these lanterns and set my ass on fire and talk about this.
Somebody give her the motherfucking lantern.
Should I keep going?
Yes.
I'd rather go hitchhike the truck and drive myself off a cliff. And that's where it is.
Lord.
You're suicidal.
Jesus, fix it. Fix it right now, Lord.
Well, two things with that. One, when she let me know that my actions made her feel a certain way, the first thing I did was apologize. I didn't apologize. Are we not? See, this is the kind of,
Honey, are you ready to go? Because I'm kind of bored. How many times are we going to talk about it with her monotone voice? Her.
The friendship that she has with Cynthia, that's part of the issue, I believe. Kenya and Cynthia are besties.
Oh, y'all besties? I don't think they BFFs.
They're BFFs.
No, they're not.
NeNe,
They're not.
you are messing up the whole thing.
NeNe, they are BFFs.
They're not like that.
Well, that's what she said.
Cynthia, are you guys like that?
Kenya and I are still getting to know each other. Our friendship is growing, but no, you just don't like wake up and you're BFFs overnight.
This is just another example of Cynthia being a flip-flopper. It's like you've been sitting around with the side dude, now your main dude is back and you like, oh, no, I don't know her.
I mean, that's your girl.
I can sometimes see why they call Cynthia flip-flopper. This is definitely a case of her flip-flopping alliances or something to that effect. It is weird, the whole side of that. I understand her and NeNe's relationship. Their friendship's been rocky for seasons now. But I feel like Cynthia has always wanted to be NeNe's friend. So I can't blame Cynthia for being happy that they're back on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
But her to be weird with Kenya is weird. And I don't know. I don't really know why that is the case for Cynthia.
I don't either. Yeah. I also, well, let's talk first about this Cynthia Kenya thing. I don't know why Cynthia wants to be so close with NeNe, because NeNe did her dirty. And that's not to say Cynthia didn't do her shit either, but like just the quickness that she jumped back into that friendship, kind of like wholeheartedly balls to the wall.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
That Cynthia now also think that Peter's a bitch or acts like a bitch. So she's like, you know what? If that's why our friendship, if that's why our friendship ended, I could get past that now.
That's a great theory. Yeah, you might be right about that. But I think like NeNe is the worst type of like, God, I hate she's a Sagittarius. She is just like, she's the worst type of like Sagittarius, because like she tries to act like she's like the bigger person and she can forgive and forget, move on. She can't. And like you can see that she's not. To me, I don't feel like she's fully invested in her friendship with Cynthia. And like every scene you've seen with Cynthia and NeNe's only talked about herself and how I'm back and I'm here and the star is here and Cynthia, tell them the control I have over you. And it's like, she's only, I feel like she uses Cynthia as like an ego boost to like, to satisfy her own ego. Like, and maybe there was always like that dynamic at play, but I do think she genuinely cared for Cynthia, and I just don't think there's ever any going back for NeNe. Whereas I think Cynthia is like, oh, we're back, we're here, we're the same. And I don't know, I just like there's just an air of like NeNe's just so disingenuous.
She is.
And I also don't think she's the star. You know who the real stars are? There's 3 stars. Kenya is one of them.
If Kenya's one, then NeNe's one too.
No, Kenya, no. NeNe's not you know what? We'll see what you have to say next season. Because I don't think NeNe's on the next season. Mm-hmm. The stars of the show are Kenya, Frick, and Frack. And now I can say Frick and Frack because it's been introduced at the reunion. But Frick and Frack gives good content. The 3 of them, the stars of the show. I don't know why Candy keeps getting that center peach. This bitch ain't sat at the fucking, whoever sits closest to Andy is the star, right? And it's been Kenya and Portia.
And NeNe always sits closest.
Well, yeah, but it's been Kenya and Portia this season. Candy is always second or third. So they didn't take her out of center peach because she's for damn sure ain't a star. But I think Portia, like, I used to be a diehard Portia fan. If we had done this podcast, 9-10 years ago, totally different commentary. I think I don't align with who Portia is as a person now. So it's like kind of watching her in the context of like where I know she's
tainted
headed.
Her for you.
Absolutely. And like Kenya ain't shit either, but at least Kenya's always not been shit. But Portia. But I do enjoy watching her. I think she's funny. Like the Marshall, that's just funny. Like that was a whole bit that she started.
You know who's been bringing it for 6 seasons straight, though?
Peter?
Cynthia. Well, Peter, too. That's a big part of it. But Cynthia's like, every season Cynthia's been a main storyline. And I don't know if I can say that for anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes to say Cynthia is boring and has no story and has no personality. But yeah, I mean, Cynthia's not a star, though. It's just her circumstances are always shitty. She's got a meddling ass.
I guess star, maybe
mom
not,
and sister.
But a main character for sure.
The stars of the show for me are Kenya and Portia. Kenya, Portia, Phaedra. Those are the stars.
I don't know. I thought NeNe comeback was needed in this season. I don't know if she'll be on the next season. Apparently not. So that's going to be rough for me, possibly.
No, she's just so toxic. And
NeNe gets on my nerves. I've talked shit about her for 2 seasons straight before this. But there was something missing. I don't know if it's because Kim was just so boring, maybe, but there was something missing.
I guess we'll leave it up to what the audience thinks.
Yes, leave your comments. Who's the real star? At least up to this point, 8 seasons in. Anyway, that's all for season 8